so I can answer questions that way, and we can share the feed. How's that sound?
Yeah, that absolutely. That sounds fantastic. If you're happy with that.
I'm happy with that at the moment.
Excellent.
Look at you at I thought it was 19,000. Last one of the year. I'm not sure if you're okay. I got to do something. Answer questions that way, and we can share the feed. How's that sound?
Yeah, that's absolutely. That sounds. You have to have your sound off, don't you?
I'm happy with that at the moment.
Excellent.
Look at you at I thought it was 19,000. Last one of the year. I'm not sure if you're.
Hi, Robin.
Okay, I got to do something.
Hi, Kelly. You found me now. I couldn't get the video working a minute ago. I've got three lovelies on here. How are you getting on, Jack? That's it. That's got it sorted. So how are you, Jack? You've got some pain tonight then? Today, this afternoon? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
So I've got a big feedback problem going on here, so I'm not sure how to fix that. So that's okay.
That's okay. You're fine now.
Yeah, because I got off of YouTube.
Oh, you have to turn the YouTube down, don't you? Hey, Teresa, how you doing?
I think if I can figure out how to turn YouTube down without turning the other one down, this should be okay.
Hi,
but anyway, so we can just get started.
Yeah, so you're having a bit of pain today.
I'm having a lot of pain today.
Ooh.
I'm going to try something different here. I'll tell you about it here in a minute.
Okay.
Hi,
Lynn.
I wanted to
Can you hear Sue? I can hear you. I can't hear you, of course. Yeah, I'm here. Yes, I'm thinking, oh no, I can't hear you, Kelly. Of course I can't hear you, but I can see your message. And I thought we might not have an internet connection, but we have, so that's excellent. Have you sorted your thing? It's the last one of the year, the very last one, which is amazing. I think it's 6 weeks now we've been going, isn't it?
Has it? I thought it was longer than that.
Yeah, maybe it is.
I thought it was longer than that.
When did I get back? October. End of October. October, November, December. Yeah, it must be 8 weeks now.
I'm just Skyping you. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to Skype you. And then if I can figure out how to get the YouTube feed, I just want the comment feed, then I'll be good because I just want to read those comments.
As they come in. You need to hit live chat on it, but you need to turn down the volume. Listen to me telling you how to do it. You discovered all of this.
If I turn down the volume, I'm going to be turning down you as well.
But can't you hear me through Skype?
If I turn down the volume, it's one volume setting. You follow me? It'll turn down the Skype as well, I think.
Oh, right. It's fine now. But when I go on YouTube, I turn the volume on the YouTube down, but then you'll be able to read the comments.
Let me see if I can specifically turn down the comments on just YouTube. That'd be what I'd like to do.
Yeah, have you got a second device?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. You you figured me out.
I feel all professional now because 2 months ago you were on my screen telling me what buttons to press and how to operate a Mac, and I was just like, oh, I don't know anything. Yes. So yes. How it changed. I know they're all sorry that you have neck pain, and Cor says her neck is awful today. It's 7 weeks, is it, Lynn? Split your screen, Doc.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
He's working on it. Oh, I've got coffee all the way up, all over my screen of my new Mac.
Uh-oh. So if you can hear me okay now, then what I'll do is I'll be able to read the comments off of this other device, and then I'll be able to answer, and that's all I want to be able to do.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I want to tell you something. Have you sold any coffee cups to Americans?
I have, I think, about seven coffee cups.
You just got another one from me.
Ooh!
And so, yeah, okay, so here we go. So now I
Fabulous.
am, yep. Yeah, so now I can do what I wanted to do, and I wanted to be able to read these, so I can read these fine. And I got Robin and Chrissy and Tracy and Lynn and Core and Kelly and the gang.
Yes. Well, I've got
Awesome.
hi Tracy. Happy penultimate day of 2018. Chrissy Moore is having a bad day as well. Her pain level in her upper back is up, and she's got swelling again and bronchitis. But they can all hear us both. Sorry for your pain.
Tracy Cook just went up in my book of super smart people because she used penultimate correctly. And that almost never happens. And me not being a wordsmith, I am far from a wordsmith. I'm an admitted medical malaprop. And if you don't know what that means, look that up. But
a medical malaprop.
I'm a medical malaprop. And so what I wanted to tell everybody is if you log on to Sue's site where she just you put up a link to buy a mug, and it didn't matter what the price was, I was going to support you and buy one of your mugs because there ain't no way that there's not going to be a Sue Verhoeven mug on my desk. I'll tell you that right now.
Thank you.
It's going to replace this Dixie cup. I guess that's what it is. This styrofoam. No, it's not styrofoam. This plastic cup. Anyway, so I will have a Sue cup sitting here. But so the cup itself was in pounds $8.50, right? Is that correct?
In pounds it was $10, but I don't know what that is in £10. So whatever that translates.
Whatever it was, and then the shipping, they added another $8 or £8.50, however that works.
Yeah.
It had the L sign. So I just called my credit card company because I wanted to know how much the total charge was. We got Winkleton in the background. Woo! Yay, Wink!
Hello. Wrong way.
Men with bad hair rock today.
What's
All right.
Hair Rock. Hair Rock has written a song.
Could be.
The music.
So my total charge worked out to be $23.52 just in U.S. dollars today. So if you want to know, if you're on and you want one of these mugs and you haven't logged on, but you want to log on and look and see, you can go and you can order with U.S. delivery. Economy is what I selected, and it said it would take about 6 weeks. Does that sound about right? About 6 to 8 weeks?
The economy one is 6 weeks to the States.
Okay.
12 weeks to us.
You're actually having it made in the UK, and then it's being shipped over here, right? Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And I'm So I'm gathering all the orders first to see how many to have made, basically.
One of the things that you might want to do, and people have suggested this to me, but I've never done it, and that is there are companies that will let you basically set up your little image and everything on the cup, and then they can buy all kinds of things with your stuff on it, with your logo, your picture, and all that, and your phrases. And it's based here in the U.S., and all they do is send you a check. You don't have to handle any of it, and it's not terribly bad. One of the companies, I think, is called Teespring, and there are several others if you look out there. So
Bonfire. Is Bonfire one of them? I think one of my lovelies told me about that. Teespring. Let me write that down.
The big thing about that is it fixes the same problem that I have for sending product overseas to the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, in that the shipping is so outrageous.
Yeah.
So in this particular case, buying your cup, the shipping cost for your cup is about the same as the cost of the cup, so it doubles the price.
Yeah,
which is okay for me. I'm buying it if it was $100. It doesn't matter to me today. So.
They are $100, Jack.
Yeah, that's all right. I got to order.
No.
I can get three more. I'll get up to $100.
Pen, please, sweetheart.
So if you want one of those, that's what they run. If you wanted to know what that is, if you looked at it and you were like scratching your head, well, what does that L thing mean? I believe that's pounds. And if you want to know what it's going to cost you,
L thing.
That L thing, it's like our S thing that looked like we call it a dollar sign. You call it a pound sign, right? It will be $23.52.
It's a pound sign.
Yeah, that looks like an L with some lines through it. Is that not right?
Yeah, I never heard anyone call it that before. An L thing.
Come on, in Texas, we don't even know we didn't even know there were other kinds of currency. I mean, we didn't know there were other. I found out the other day there's a place called New York, and I was looking up around Longview to see where it was. Turns out it's not even in Texas. It's crazy. I don't know.
Oh my goodness, is there life outside Texas?
I don't know. Apparently there is, but
It is not a big place,
yeah,
Texas.
I'm not very diverse. So here's the story. I went out fishing yesterday, and we knew it was going to be rough, and we knew it was going to be windy, and we knew it was going to be cold. But
Oh.
we only have one day a week that we can go, and so we had it scheduled. And the weather started looking like it might be improving, and sure enough, it wasn't that rainy yesterday. But the bay was rough, and there were 4 to 5 foot swells we got into where we were coming up and we were slapping back down and up and slapping back down. And of course, Abby's sitting next to me on the seat, and I had another friend. He's in the front of the boat, and Abby is laughing her little head off because she thinks she's on a roller coaster ride and she's having a blast. And then she just, of course, I started laughing with her because the whole thing was we didn't get so much as a nibble. We ended up soaking wet from the head to the toe. We ended up having to get out of the water finally. And then sure enough, the Parks and Wildlife Department shows up because they want to inspect our catch to make sure that we're within all the limits. And I'm laughing. And I said, hey, buddy, there's the boat. Knock yourself out. I said, we're not even sure fish exist today. So if and of course he's saying, and he's trying to tell me there are better ways to load my boat back up on the trailer than the way we're doing it. And I'm saying, well, if you want to jump on and show me, partner, I said, don't let me stop you. And he said, no, I don't want to hear from the Attorney General. Never mind. I said, fine. I said, be careful when you offer advice. If you're not going to if you're not going to follow through on it, don't offer the help. But anyway, so to make a long story short, we ended up at the Healthy Chinese Buffet is what they called it in Galveston, and the three of us were soaking wet. We had this big green box, like think Tupperware, but think really bigger, right?
Yeah.
And in it had our towels. We had all of these towels and change of shoes. And somehow on that last run in, that blew out of the boat somewhere. So we're sopping wet in the truck. So we have the first stop we have to make, and the three of us, we look like, nearly drowned rats. We're going into Walmart. Water, we're squished with every step. And we have to get towels, and we have to get little $10 shoes and stuff to wear back. And my friend that was with me, I'd get him new pants to wear and all kinds of stuff. We ended up spending $50 at Wally World, and then we said, okay, that's part one. Then we pull into the Healthy Chinese Buffet place, and we go in, and they look at us like, what are you doing? And we've got all these towels and all this stuff. And so Abby goes in and she dries off, and then she changes, and I found I had clothes in the truck, thankfully, and I changed, and my friend changed, and he put on the new pants. We did all this stuff, and then we had this little Chinese buffet that was, quite frankly, I don't know why they thought it was healthy, but they thought Healthy Chinese Buffet was great. I got this big scoop of stuff that looked like it was fantastic coleslaw, right? Which I knew was going to be iffy, but it was real dry appearing. So I didn't think maybe there was mayo on it. I don't know. I was hungry. And there weren't a lot of choices in this place that were vegan. And I put this on, I take one bite, put it in my mouth, and then I have to spit it out because I realized it's not even vegetable. It's not cabbage. It's this super thin, shredded imitation crab meat stuff.
Oh no!
So anyway, then we drove back. It took me a couple hours to get the boat all back in and unpacked, and I woke up this morning for church and I could barely move my neck. It has been horrible. Had heat on it, and fortunately, the DW and I and Abby, we didn't go to church. We have our church broadcasts, so we watched church. And
how cool is that?
It was
like this, only church.
But it was a very difficult service for me because it's the last service of the year, and it's a very special service that our church does every year, and they show pictures up on the big screens of all the people that have passed this year, kind of a remembrance thing. And we really had a real tragedy that we had a 37-year-old man who passed this year of cancer, and it was a real difficult time for all of us. And but after that was over, the grief came over me, and I cried for 2 hours. I mean, I am emotionally just, because for me, when I deal with these situations with unexpected deaths and loss, and it just brings up my past and what I've been through, and as a result, with the pain pills and all that, I just I don't know what I'm going to be able to do with Sue. So anyway, the DW, always there, always caring, always loving, ever forgiving, and she has got me tuned up on pain pill number 2, and she helped me with the heater, the neck wraps and the rubs and all that, and I'm actually getting enough relief where please don't feel bad for me. I'm actually going to be okay. But anyway, here I am, and it was just
well, I'm sorry for your day.
Coming up, it's a tough thing for me for next year, because next year will be 20 years since I lost her, and that's a big milestone, and just feeling a lot of things, and it was a real hard time this morning for me, and this early afternoon. So
because in your head you're thinking about it becoming 20 years, and so it's all subliminally all back there, ready to come out, isn't it?
Yeah. So anyway, that's my story this morning or early afternoon, but I'm ready to move forward to talk about health and nutrition, and I was so blessed to be able to order a Sue Verhoeven mug, and I don't remember what it said. What's it? You have a picture of it you want to show us?
Yeah, I think it's on my iPad. Hang on a second, but it might also be on here.
And the answer, somebody else said, is there any way that I could help you? And the answer is absolutely. If you want me to buy like a box of those from you and you want to ship them, then I will sell them and send you the money, and we will save lots and lots of shipping for folks if you decide that you want to do that. Okay, you just let me know. I'm happy to help you.
I will look into how that works. If that's what people want to do. Right, that's what it's called.
Debs, thank you so much.
It looks like that. Good morning, my lovely.
Yes, that's what I bought.
It's on one side, and on the other side it says, "Have a fab day, my lovely."
I
so
like
you're getting good morning, and then you're getting sent off with a good day from me.
Yeah, and so, yep. So you got an order from me now. So you still have to order them, and then your lead time before you receive them to be able to ship them is now what? How long will that take you to get them? I'm curious.
Shipping is about it says 6 days. Although
so you're okay.
Yeah, good. Although obviously it's not Christmas, because the Meta 7, which is also available on that same link, which is the link that is underneath my face now, the www.loveyourlife.love. If for any reason that doesn't get you there, you need to put the HTTPS at the front of it. For some reason, I don't know why that is. I just can't do that. Come on. Oh, hang on. You have to put this in front of it. HTTPS : // There we go. That one. Save. There, I've just changed it so you can see that. Yeah, I'll have a look into it. We've got the Meta 7 is in the country.
Yeah, you still don't have it? That's
no,
amazing.
Because basically it's finally arrived in the country, and of course I need to pay tax on it and import duty and stuff. So I get a note saying, I don't know what it says really, but my sorting office said when it arrives, it won't come here. It's going to go to the post office. So you'll need to go to the post office and pick it up from there. So we went along before we came up to Norfolk, and the post office, oh no, we don't have it. And it's like, oh right, okay, that's interesting. Okay. He said, but we might not be your nearest one. Anyway, we ended up, long story short, going to 2 other post offices, neither of whom have the package. So then, of course, the sorting office is shut for Christmas. So I'm going to go to the sorting office on the 2nd of January and see if it's there. And then we've got another package. Poor Alina sent me a package due for arrival on the like guaranteed for the 17th, and they've misdelivered it like for the last 2 weeks. It's just been idiotic. So it's supposed to be a 6-day service to the States, with the exception of the economy delivery, which is a couple of dollars, a couple of pounds, so it's probably about $2.50, something like that, cheaper. And that's a 6-week service.
I see what you're saying. What I was asking, so when you order the mugs come, they go from the manufacturer directly to the customer? Is that how it works, or do you have to handle them first?
I'm going to handle them first. So I'm basically, I don't know how many to order till I know how many people are ordering them, because I had some like 80, nearly 90 people wanted a mug or some mug. So I added them all up. So I've worked out everything based on that. I'm also getting these polystyrene cubes, which the mug sits in, so that they're going to be, they're not going to break, basically.
Awesome.
So,
awesome.
And then post them out. So it's all that the cube and the mug and everything goes out. And I've got different price breaks for up to 4 mugs, because people were saying, I'd like 4, I'd like 2, I'd like 4. So I thought, right, well, anything else they can email me and ask me, and we'll sort something out. But so basically I'm going to have them made, which won't take actually very long once I know how many I've got. And then I'm going to send them all out. But I will keep in touch with everybody that's ordered. I put another video out today, and I have messaged everybody that said they wanted a mug on my video, and I put a link to the old video. So that was when I was talking about t-shirts and ball caps and mugs and pens and stuff like that, just to see what people wanted. It's a load of people there. Basically, there was about 200 comments going, I want a mug, I want a pen, can you do fridge magnets? So it's that one. But I put the link on a new video today because I realised people weren't finding it.
Well, I want to remind people of something. They see you've got this channel and you're growing, and some people don't know this, so I'm going to let them know. If a person posts a video on YouTube that can be considered overly graphic, and that is the vast majority of all Sue's videos that she did with her cyst, and it's what happens to my videos. YouTube will not allow outside advertisers to buy advertising to go on her channel. Like on this little one you're doing here, I presume it will be allowed, because this would be considered what we consider a green video. And you've got 23 people. Let's say you were to get 500 viewers before it's all said and done over the next year on this one video. Okay, you would expect to earn about 50 cents. So for everybody who doesn't know, if you think that those videos that Sue did that showed her experience and all of that, that she's getting paid for those by YouTube, she's not. And so I want to encourage all of you to support her with some of her products, just like I have to, for me to earn anything off of my work on our YouTube channels, and I have a team that helps and all that, we have to sell products. Keep your clothes on, woman, for crying out loud.
It's hot in this small wood cabin with the fire going.
You're going to lose that 50 cents. It's going to go.
They're going to think I'm doing some... In fact, I won't even say the word, because they're little spiders that listen for words will go, oh, inappropriate content.
That's exactly right.
Just taking my jumper off as it's hot. Goodness me.
I'm so glad to be here with you guys. You can't imagine how rotten I was feeling even just an hour ago, but being here with this wonderful group of people, there's so much love in this room right now. And, you guys are also special to me, and I'm here. Kelly, you're saying you'd like to order one, but have to move by February and not having good luck searching. Okay.
Like to order what?
So, Kelly, have you ever ordered any Meta 7 from me?
I'm waiting for her to answer, like she's going to go, oh, no, I haven't. Oh, yes, I have. Sorry, I went into a little thing where I was expecting to hear Kelly's voice there.
Okay, so I don't know.
Had too much sea air today.
I don't know how long we're going to go today, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a special offer for all you guys because you're also awesome. You have, Kelly. Okay, so I want you to send me an email, and I will order you a free mug. So anybody right now that orders a bottle of Meta 7, if you order a Meta 7 90-day bottle, I can't do it with the 30-day bottle, but if you order a 90-day bottle of Meta 7 from me right now, and you put in a comment, I want a mug from Sue, then I will order a mug from Sue for you, and when it gets here, I will ship it to you. How's that?
Oh, Jack, you're amazing. Isn't he just amazing? Violet's talking about me stripping to show us all the no back fat. Still no back fat. I just like to say that. That's absolutely incredible. There you go. Special offer from Jack. Offer.
So here's what that will cost me. That will cost me $23.52 for the mug from Sue, and then I'll have to repackage it and send it to you when it gets here, and that'll probably cost me another to get one of these crush-proof things. It'll probably cost me about $5 to $7. So that will cost me $30. That puts me right on the margin.
Bless you.
It puts me a little bit in the red. Let's just say it puts me a little bit in the red, and as long as we don't tell the DW about it, I'll get away with it. So hopefully she's not watching at the moment.
Yeah, the door will open and she'll come across the pool in a minute.
That's right. What are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
You did Meta 7 last night. Core, you ordered it just recently. Am I remembering right?
I think Core did say that she tried. I'm sure there was a message about how she loved it. I think it was Core. Dr. G is awesome. You're quite right, Violet.
Thank you.
Kelly's sitting answering out loud. I know, I'm doing that as well. But I am actually thinking. Honestly,
all right, so
it gets confusing.
If you have ordered a 90-day bottle of, if you're in this room with me right now and you have ordered Meta 7 from me in the past, then if you will send me an email and let me know, I will order a mug for you, and when it comes in, I'll send it out complimentary. So we're going to get Sue a mug order going here real fast. So I'm putting my email address right now.
So email.
I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Okay.
So you can do it. If you don't email and tell me, I don't have any way of knowing. So don't think this is some kind of automatic process. Computers, we don't have that kind of technology. John Gilmore, MD at Mac.com.
In our heads we do. Order Meta 7.
The DW is watching. I'm in trouble now. 7 to 10 minimum to ship. What are you doing?
I feel like I've been caught doing something naughty now. What are you doing?
Dear.
I don't have a mug.
Okay, so all I'm saying, anybody that orders a 90-day Meta 7 from me right now, while I'm online with you, or in the next hour or two, if you're in this room with us and you want to, because what I'm hoping that we can do is that Sue can save us some shipping money if we put a bunch of them in one box. That's what I'm hoping for. But if we can't, we can't. But anyway, I will help Sue, and you'll help me help Sue, and you will get a mug. You'll get a Sue mug. So we won't have to. Okay, DW, you're watching. So here's the deal. If I order from Sue, it's already going to come to us in a crush-proof box.
Yes, it is. Yes, it'll come
That's right. So I won't have to worry about putting it in a new box. All I have to do is I'll scrape the label off, and then I won't even have to open it. I will just put a new label on it, and we'll drop it out to you. So there we go.
Email. Comment.
And if you just ordered from me like in the last day or two, send me an email and tell me, and I will also add one for you. Okay?
So if you've ordered, right, okay. I
can't do any better than that for you, Sue Verhoeven.
That is amazing. You're just amazing. How do I make this smaller? Oh, I don't. That's amazing. You're wonderful.
What you can do is, if you'll do me a favor and just put www.meta7.com on your screen, so they know where to go to order the night. Remember, it's got to be a 90 day.
Yeah. Overlays. New text overlay. That was quite quick for me, wasn't it? w.meta.
Yep. Oh, perfect. I can see that. There it is. Oh, okay. Yeah. Meta. Yep. You're getting good with those overlays.
.com. www.meta7.com. Yeah.
Meta-7.com.
Oh, I put underscore. I'm too dash.
There you go. Do that, and
right, I'm going to put that under your beautiful visage. Sorry, that's French for face. I don't know whether you speak French.
As long as it doesn't have an L with lines through it, I'm probably okay.
Right.
So I was in such a tough emotional place earlier, and the DW just came to my rescue. She's my rock. You know, she's awesome.
She's amazing. She's amazing.
She is amazing.
And
she's amazing.
It's much better to let these things out than to bottle them up as well. Just saying.
And she's come in. I was looking for a comment from her online, and she just come into the barn door. She's going to sit with us. So,
hello, Joe.
Well, we had a rough morning, so we're all scary. My hair is pretty awful.
My hair is too.
What you got in there?
Vegan mashed potatoes, not.
Oh, not. Had to put the knot in there.
And whatnot. Excellent.
The last of Christmas.
Hello. Did you have a good Christmas?
We had a great Christmas.
It looked fabulous. It just looked. I love the fact everything matched your hair. I think that's such a result. It did. It's perfectly colour coordinated with your hair. It just looked amazing.
Well,
we're having rather nasty weather today, so we watched church online today instead of driving the 1 minute there.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, plus I was having quite a bit of pain.
Neck pain.
Yeah.
And then I had my emotional kind of breakdown after that, and but I'm doing better.
Aww.
And the DW has gotten me through yet another rough time, and that's what she does. She rescues me.
Aww,
she does.
She's
I couldn't make it without her. I couldn't make it without her.
Bless you.
And so you guys are special to me, and so Lindsay just asked if the mashed potatoes were comfort food. I think she's just having a little lunch. The DW is not vegan with us. You know, she's Mediterranean diet. She's not made. She's the Winkleton of my house.
Yeah.
And she's not.
Wink and I go out for steak.
Yeah.
Definitely, he'll be looking forward to that this summer.
Oh, it looks like Abby's on your phone. She put Mama's great.
Mama's great. Thank you, Lynn, sweetheart. How's your foot, Jill?
Yeah. Huh?
How's your foot?
Oh, it's pretty good today because I'm staying off of it.
Excellent. That'll be a bit of a change then for you, because by all accounts you've been incredibly naughty. Running around on your foot.
I have been very naughty, but despite it, it's healing well.
Oh, that's good. That's good. But then, you know.
4 weeks I can clip in on a spin bike as long as I clip in, although I can't imagine wearing a shoe yet.
Oh, my goodness.
And then about 6 to 8 weeks I can start boot camp again.
Woo!
And then I'll lose my 20.
Yes, excellent.
I know Jack thinks exercise doesn't work, but it helps me mentally.
No,
it feels good mentally.
Let's clarify that statement, because exercise is important for fitness, and being fit is helpful if you can do it. Some of us can exercise, some of us can't for various reasons. And then people tell me you can sit and be fit, and they're absolutely right. But as I learned yesterday, being out on the boat in rough water, too much jarring causes me significant cervical problems, and so things like jogging would do that, and only an elliptical might be okay. I've not tried that yet, but I don't think I'm sick. I'm not 6 months out.
Bicycling.
Yeah.
Cycling.
Yeah. Right. So something that's no impact for me might be a good idea. So, you know, time will tell.
But the thing is, if you were to come off a bike, you'd be in a lot of trouble.
Right.
If you
Well,
were to
true
fall
that. I
off a
can't
bike.
ride a real bicycle. A real bicycle would be out of the question because leaning over the handlebars and doing that puts a lot of stress on the neck. That's not a good
Right.
exercise for me. But a stationary bicycle potentially could be. So I might give that a try when the time
Now that
comes.
we have real internet, we should get a Peloton.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
Well, obviously she's putting the sales moves on me over here.
What's
so.
a
Did you hear that
Peloton?
from me? Peloton is a brand here of an exercise bicycle that actually has an internet link up where you have a real coach apparently, and you actually are in an imaginary or virtual room with other people of your same fitness level exercising.
Spin class.
And it's like being in a spin class but being at
wow.
home. Yeah,
That's cool,
I'm
isn't
sure
it?
it's available there. If it's not under Peloton, it might be a different name. Okay, so.
Every time I
wow.
go to spin class,
How
it's $10
cool.
a class for spinning.
You can go online too if you want. You can join in if you want.
Give me up.
No, I'm saying you can get in if you want. You don't have to yell from over there. You can come sit. You're welcome to be
I'm
up,
gonna go heat up your thing.
or you can heat that up. That would be good too. Is it stopped raining? Okay.
Right,
So
so
how are you?
Robin is saying that your whole facial expression changed as soon as the DW walked in. Your little face lit up.
Well,
And Robin asks, would your, of course you can read all this, can't you? There's me going pattern behaviour. Would wearing your neck brace help you with your pain?
that's not a bad idea. It's already started to feel a lot better. I have a soft collar. I might put that on, but the best thing that helps me, it seems the most, is I have this, and you'll see it in a few minutes. It's a cloth wrap that's full of these ceramic type beads. You pop it in the microwave for a couple of minutes. Actually, it's 2 minutes, 45 seconds, and it comes out, and then I just lay it over.
Yeah.
And I have two of them. I have one at work, too, and if I start having pain at work, it's one of my go-to options where sometimes I'll just wear it for 30 minutes. I'll see my patients when they'll look at me, and they'll say, oh, you're not having a good day, are you? They're fairly perceptive. And I'm like, you got it. You got it, so behave.
Yeah, don't annoy me, I'm in pain.
That's right. So that seems to help me. But a soft collar, I've tried all of those different kinds of collars, even the kind you pump up and it lifts up and puts traction. I've done that, and that didn't work for me because it actually pushed on my voice blocks like that. It was pushing in here. It looks great on the commercial, and it wasn't very expensive. It was like $14, and it's got a little cuff, and so you pump it up, and it lifts you up, and it does everything correctly anatomically. But it also pushes in here too, so I couldn't use it. It's like this thing's going to choke me. Is what it's going to do.
Like Dr. Donald Duck.
Yeah, that's right. But the hard collar, yeah, I could put that on. But I'm actually feeling a lot better now. The pain, usually on an average day now, since my second surgery that I had back in July, I might need a half to one pill in the evening after work, only on days that I'm not on call. Fortunately, I don't have to take evening phone call service very often, so that's not a big issue. On those days, I just don't take any pain medicine because obviously you can't practice medicine if you are under the influence, so to speak. So on those days, I don't allow myself any bourbon, and I don't take a pain pill, nothing like that. I'll just take my Tylenol and my Aleve, and I put the heat on, and I go through. It's not a big deal. But today I've already had 2 full pills, and here it is, just 243. So that just kind of tells you where I am right now, and I'm sure there'll be another one coming back later.
Oh, bless you.
Let's see. Some use wheat bags. That's interesting. Rice packs, I've heard, are good for that too.
Yeah, cherry pit pillow. We have those here. Just has a whole load of cherry stones inside.
Robin says dry heat versus damp heat. Yep, I think that damp heat is almost always better. And I used to tell people that had back spasms and things like that, one of the things I would tell them to do was I want you to get yourself a washcloth, and I want you to get it warm, then I want you to pop it in the microwave for about 20 to 30 seconds so that it's warm but not too hot. And then I said what you're going to do is you're going to put that you're going to take and put that on the skin and then put a little piece of plastic over it and then put something heavier over that, like a heavy towel, so that you can really put a little pressure on it, and that helps drive that heat into that sore spot. So what I would tell is moist heat. I would say moist heat, and I would direct. And then I'm sure there's lots of great examples of how to do moist heat. This particular little baggie that I use is dry heat, but it works very well for me. I've also got some ointments and things like that, so not bad. I've eaten. Let's see, what have I had today? We still have about a quarter of a loaf of sourdough bread left over from Christmas. And so I had a couple of pieces of toast this morning because whenever bread is available, I will avail myself of that. So the loaf's almost gone, and I'll be out of bread danger here quickly. And then, of course,
bread danger.
Tomorrow is my fasting day. So from that standpoint, things seem to be going pretty well. All right. How about you? Have you eaten today? What have you eaten?
Me? Oh, well. Today, for breakfast, I had some raw cauliflower and some little baby plum tomatoes with a raw hummus kind of cream cheese that I made with sunflower seeds that I soaked, with garlic, lemon juice, and half a peeled zucchini or courgette. Peeled, otherwise it turns kryptonite green and it doesn't really look like cream cheese or hummus then. It looks a bit kind of like, wow, what is that radioactive dish over there? It goes really bright green if you leave the skins on. And so that was really, really delicious. And then we went out to Cromer in the hope to meet the lovely Susan, who lives in Cromer, just down the road from us. But she wasn't online and we couldn't get in touch with her, and we will walk past her house. And so we went to do some things in Cromer today, and it was a bit cold and windy, and I ended up having a box of chips. And to those of you stateside, that's French fries, only they're not skinny little things. They're kind of like triple.
We call those home fries. The thicker ones, we call those home fries.
Home fries. Home fries. Like, so double cooked home fries with some mushy peas, which is smushed up marrow fat peas, like peas that have been allowed to get way bigger than garden peas, and then they're and they put vinegar in it or whatever, I don't know. Anyway, had that, so not really very good.
Pretty good.
And
so
I
yesterday
got
when I was
a coffee, which is a soy milk latte. And, and so that's what I've eaten. So it started off really super healthy and raw. Then it went, ouch! I've just shut my thumb in my drink. That's good. So I'm in pain now as well, Jack. I've hurt my hand now.
Oh, bless your heart. The DW had discovered that we really like they call it holiday nog. Instead of eggnog, it's holiday nog, and it has a really good flavor. Wonderful taste to get you the nutmeg and all that, and they sell it for the Christmas New Year season. The cool thing about it, since it's totally vegan and it's non-dairy, it has a really long expiration date. So she bought 4 or 5 quarts of this, and she puts it. On my non-fasting days, I get that in my coffee, and it's really fantastic. And so I'll get to enjoy that till April or May or whatever the expiration is, or until I run out.
That's really good. Well, I got my nice latte. So although I've got coffee, it's fresh coffee. It's not kind of, yucky coffee. And it's soya milk. It's just like, get over it, Susan. It's vegan and it's hot and it's what you want. And I asked them if they did any vegan cakes or any vegan snacks, because I was like really wanting some kind of naughtiness to eat. And they do a vegan and gluten-free bread pudding, and we would call it bread and butter pudding, and it is absolutely delicious. It was one of my favourite puddings when I was a kid, and it's slices of bread and butter, and you put sultanas and kind of demerara sugar, and you mix up egg and milk. Okay. Obviously not, but you mix that up, you pour it over it, and you put cinnamon and nutmeg on it, and you let the bread soak up all the liquid, and you put it in the oven, and it makes this just delicious pudding. And you can make a really gourmet one with putting cream in it and all sorts of other fruits and stuff. And I just thought, wow, gluten-free and vegan. So I bought a hunk of it, and it's frozen. I haven't tried it yet, so I bought it home. So I'm going to treat myself to that, knowing that I'm still following my plant-based. So that's really good. That's really good. I didn't really like the mushy peas. I remembered them much nicer than that in a former life. So yeah, we have something called Advocar here, which is a kind of, I think it's sort of, it's whiskey and egg yolk. I used to love that, and my granny always used to let me have some when I was little. Yeah, and if you mix it with lemonade, it makes something called a snowball, and I think it's similar to your eggnog, but you actually make it from scratch, don't you, eggnog? Isn't that right?
You can, of course, but we usually just buy a quart of eggnog
A quart.
and it's usually once the party gets going later in the night, that's when the alcohol is added to the eggnog. I'm trying to think of what's usually, somebody will tell us what they usually add.
So it's so the homemade bit is you add the alcohol to the eggnoggy stuff. So.
I guess so.
Oh, I bet that's good. So yeah, I'm so over. I'm going to reheat lavender. You're going for a reheat now. Add the lavender. Okay. Thanks, Jill.
So Chrissy Moore just asked, she said she started buying the cashew milk and noticed the expiration date was months away. How does it last so long? It's not that it really lasts that long. You're just talking about cashews here, okay? It just that milk expires so quickly. And so it does seem, if you compare those two, which you really can't, because one's, an animal product, animal fats, animal protein, animal bacteria, and so forth that are pasteurized and homogenized and flavorized and all
messed about with and
it will start to rot even if it's in your refrigerator for more than a week or two.
Yeah,
but
I think it must be pasteurized.
All your plant-based things. I mean, there's nothing about holiday nog, even though it's vegan, that is whole food. It doesn't qualify as a whole food, but it is a fun little treat, and it's not that terribly bad for you. So I enjoy just a little bit in my coffee, and that's all there is to that. But why does it last so much longer? You'll find that just like if you have a bag of dried beans. And you can put that in your pantry. If you haven't opened it, how long will that last, Sue?
Oh, forever. Just ages and ages and ages.
I mean, it could go years, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so,
it's just like canned food. I think with the nut milks, you can either buy it fresh, okay, and you'll find that in the refrigerator, and it will still last a fair amount of time, and then you can also buy it in the long life milk section, where they have all, they have everything, which it's on a shelf, not in a fridge, and they just keep for ages and ages. I'm just looking, they're outside, so I can't reach one to show you, otherwise I'll be rummaging around outside in the dark. It's just, they obviously do some kind of pasteurizing, and they do something with it like they do with long life milk that you can keep in your pantry for a long time, and then once you open it. But I find you can have milk open for weeks. It doesn't go off like dairy milk would go off in a few days. It lasts for a long time. So but it is good to check how long they say it lasts once you've opened it, because usually that's the covering their backside date, so that they don't get anyone saying, I've become sick from following your instructions. So you usually get a bit longer than it actually says. All
right.
In fact,
so I just want to let you know that I just got an order from Core.
Core
Smith is going to get a free mug. I just got your order. Thank you.
Woo! Excellent. Well done, Core. And thank you, Jack. Actually, while we're on the subject of milk, I got a message from the fabulous Tracy Cook today, who I know you're online, aren't you? You were there earlier, so Hi, Aline. Hi, Elena. Hi, everyone that I haven't said hello to. Hi to you. I call you to you because I can't call you Ms. Bitch. I just can't because you're too lovely. So I'm going to call you to you. Like Tallulah, Tulu, if that's all right. Anyway, she was watching a program about milk. This is dairy milk. All about from the cow to the consumer. And she says it's a program about milk in favour of milk. And it's saying from a scientist's point of view that we are the only mammal with a digestive system designed to consume milk. With a few people who genetically can't process it. So she said she was confused, and my answer to her was, I think it's probably nonsense. Like we would specially have a digestive system to, I mean, maybe we can handle it, but I'm not sure that we have a digestive system designed specially to consume cow's milk. So I said that we would discuss it here. I haven't been able to open the link. I know you've put it in the description and in the chat way up at the top. But I haven't been able to open the link, so I couldn't get a signal till just before we got on here. So I haven't looked it up. What would you say to that, Jack?
Well, just from a cursory kind of hearing what you're saying, I think that what they're, I'd like to see the article to see what they're talking about. Of course, we're mammals, so I believe all mammals produce milk from they're young. And that's everything from dolphins to dogs to human beings to whatever. We all produce milk for our young. And milk in and of itself is a very high-fat, protein-rich product that's designed to help a very young member of the family grow very quickly. It's full of growth hormones. It's full of other kinds of hormones. It's full of growth factors that we don't think about. But the problem isn't that we're getting milk from our moms. The problem is that we're continuing to live on a product that's designed specifically for one species, not our species. That's number one. And number two, it's only designed for a very short period of time. Cows wean their calves, and I don't know. And here I am in Texas, and I don't know when they wean, but they don't continue to drink their mother's milk, for 4 years.
No.
It's just for a short period of time until they're strong enough and healthy enough, I think, to start eating, right?
Yeah.
So even that's not designed to be long term. And one of the important things about milk in the mammalian family is that milk transfers immunity because the white blood cells from the mother are excreted in the milk so that the baby can capture those white blood cells into its body. We call that passive immunity. So if you're a mother, if you've just had a baby and you're breastfeeding your child, you're passing on antibodies and information on a cellular level. It's not genetic information per se, although there is a genetic basis behind it. Long story, doesn't need to be here. But let's just say that you're giving immunity to that baby that's going to last for about 6 to 8 months. So you are protecting that child from tetanus. You're protecting that child from measles, mumps, rubella, many strains of the flu that you've been exposed to, and lots of fungi. Where's my grammarian here? Lots and lots of fungi, however you want to say it.
Yeah, he's watching
so
telly. You're safe tonight.
And we can go on and on about that, and that's very important, and that gives the baby help until its own immune system is able to pick up the job, right? And that's about the time, at about 6 months to a year, when we start looking at doing vaccinations on children. Why do we wait till that time period? Because we are hoping and praying that the baby is getting those white blood cells, is getting immunity from the mother's milk, right?
Yeah.
So that's why in medicine, a number of years ago, we came out with a campaign, Breast is Best, because we wanted to stop people from doing what? Giving their children cow's milk.
Yeah,
right?
formula cow milk.
It doesn't work that way. The problem that we have as adults is we're still drinking milk, which we don't need. There's no reason for an adult human being to be drinking milk from a human either. There's no reason for that. There's no reason for me to be seeking out and drinking fresh breast milk. There's no reason for that.
Yeah.
But on top of that, if you do continue drinking cow's milk, then you're getting this constant ongoing growth signal to your body. And when you continue to tell your body to grow and grow and grow, guess what else grows? Cancer grows.
Other things.
Think about that.
Yeah.
All right. So a body,
Everything.
and that's one of the reasons why fasting is so important, is because you turn off that continuous growth signal and you let your body do something called repair. And we don't allow ourselves to repair because we continue to feed ourselves all these growth hormones. And and the signals to our cells are grow, 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 never stop, and repair, 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 repair. So we suggest fasting as an opportunity to allow you to turn off all that continuous growth signal and the signal to repair.
Yeah.
And so there you go. And we can get into all these other things too about animal proteins and how it's so linked to not just cancers but to heart disease and vascular disease, because we're getting all of this cholesterol that's not this. We don't get cholesterol at all in plant foods, guys.
Yeah.
There is no cholesterol in fruits or vegetables. Cholesterol is only found in animal products, okay? So if you consume lots and lots of animal products, you're loading your body up with a compound called cholesterol, which makes you feel good. Cholesterol is a precursor sex hormone. Your body can turn it into estrogen and testosterone. You'll feel better. Your blood pressure will go up, and you'll begin to develop heart disease. And most of the time, not most of the time, but a lot of the time, the first signal of heart disease is sudden cardiac death. And that's what happens to us. And we rush right to the emergency room. They're able to get us through that first heart attack. We get the stents put in, which is just basically a mechanical bypass through all these plaques that have built up in your arteries around your heart. And then we can restore the blood flow. But at that point, that's when all the fun medicines really begin. That's when you're on medications for heart failure because your pump is not going to be as good because you had a heart attack. You're going to have to be on high cholesterol medications because we're going to have to stop building any more plaques, because any further development of plaques is not going to just develop or lead to more heart conditions, but you can lead to plaque buildup in the lower extremities where you can get peripheral artery disease. And then we have the big concern about diabetes and the fact that these animal proteins lead to diabetes. Did she? Okay, well, once she's trying to set something up right now, give her a few minutes. There's not some kind of snack in there you could bring me, is there? I saw a little package that had some olives. No, I'm mistaken about that.
Right, it seems to have kept my old broadcast open for some reason. I don't know how it's managed to do that, as I've not had a signal. But
I think as long as you're live, it should be fine.
Yeah.
In that gift basket that came,
I've got. Say
there's a
hi,
little
guys. Who's back on?
Never mind.
I'm not oh, Sandra, I'm sorry, not feeling well. I don't know even if you're on. There's 3 people on. A lot of buffering. Sue's stuck drinking. If only I was. I was stuck shouting abuse at my internet provider, my 4G provider, the fact that the office wasn't open, that the fact that it wanted me to go online to update my data and I couldn't get online, and there was lots of shouting at inanimate objects going on at
can I interrupt for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Abby just came in because she said you had a question for her, so she's standing here tapping her.
Oh, yes.
Something like feet. She's wearing something really crazy on here.
Yes, I did have a question for you. Hello, I watched your lovely tidying up video. And obviously there is an open invitation to come and do some kind of sorting out at my place, which is just like up the walls, Abby, because you're obviously very talented in this area and I'm rubbish at it. What did you use? What app did you use to speed up your video?
I just used iMovie.
But
Snatch.
was it
That's
only
easy.
double speed? Because I can
Oh, this-
only double speed my video, and then it's like way
you
too
don't
slow.
know that?
It's an option. You have the option. You have it. You just don't know where it is. It's there.
Was it on
Ah.
their phone or on the computer?
Yeah.
Did you do
you
it
might
on
want
the
to do a
phone
YouTube
or computer?
on the computer. On the computer
Ah,
for sure.
right.
Computer you can do.
Yeah, right. Maybe I do everything on my phone because it takes so long to share them with my iPad. It's just like, you know, you just
I learned
like.
because we have to do iMovie for school projects.
Ah, right.
They
I've
have
got
a-
it on here. I do have it on here, but I just I use my iPhone to film everything, and then there's, you know, Ecamm
But
quit
it's-
live unexpectedly. Oh goodness me! I'm just having such a load of nonsense going on. Oh, we're still here. Can you still see me? Yes. Hi, Elena. Hi, Kathy. I think I'm live now. This is the live one now from Jack. Cami, hi, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. And Sandra, I don't know how my broadcast was still live, even though I didn't have any data, but you know, hey ho, there's some magic going on perhaps. Hey, Sika, how you doing, babes? Haven't seen you for a while. Hello. And hello to everyone. Sorry for all the technical difficulties. Sometimes being by the beach in a cabin by a sand dune isn't the best thing for live broadcast, but
You're just not going to. You're not going to get a lot of sympathy like that, Sue. You're not going to get a lot of sympathy that way.
no, I think it's amazing that we're managing to do this from here, because there was a time, like probably only about 18 months ago, where we didn't even have a telephone signal here. We had to drive off for miles to get in the vicinity to even get a signal to make a phone call. So, yeah, we're grateful for everything we get. Hey, Tracy. Hi, Bonnie. I didn't hear the whole end of the whole dairy thing, so I'm going to have to go and hop onto your channel, Jack, to hear
I
the
think
end
I
of,
can
end
answer
of
it again.
that.
The question was, were eggs dairy? I believe was the question, and the answer was no. Eggs are not dairy. Eggs are meat, and that dairy is whatever comes from cow's milk. I think that
Right.
simplifies it.
Yeah.
Right
And the thing
there.
I was going to add before I got chopped off in my prime was humans kind of can digest milk up to about the age of 3. They lose the ability to digest it efficiently because one would assume in kind of evolution that we're not still drinking our mother's breast milk anymore, because probably our mothers would have had another baby by that in kind of tribal times. So they would be breastfeeding another baby. So, yeah, so once we get past about the age of 3, we can't digest it very well. That's something that I heard. So that was what I was going to add when you'd finished talking about it, and then it all went falling down. So I've still got the information about the Meta 790 up there.
Okay, good.
And hopefully when I get home, I'll be able to track down the UK supply. So people in the UK and around Europe, the EU, will be able to order the product again. So that would be fantastic for them. So that's lovely. That's lovely. And I've had loads of messages today. In fact, I've posted some of them up on my Facebook feed. About the amazing changes that some of my lovelies have had just going plant-based these last few weeks, you know, in not really a very long period of time. So that's absolutely fantastic. And I know loads of my lovelies are kind of, you know, getting rid of more like dairy products and sort of like really kind of getting ready to start the new year plant-based, which is, it makes it all worthwhile, doesn't it? Don't you think?
I absolutely do think so, especially from the standpoint of what we're doing and the time we're putting into this, and making sure that we're getting the message out there. But to have people that have tried it and have been doing it now long enough to start to feel the amazing health benefits of being a whole food plant-based eater is really very gratifying for me, and I'm presuming for you as well.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just it's amazing.
It is incredible, because all the people that are having the really great benefits, they're going to be just popping with excitement within themselves, and their friends and their relatives and their work colleagues are going to notice. And, you know, as they lose weight, as they feel better, they have more energy, they get off meds, you know, As that happens, people are going to be sort of looking, going, well, hang on, if she can do it, I can do it. Or, gosh, that
Right.
is that all that she's doing? She's just stopped eating animal products and being more healthy about the kind of food, getting off all the processed stuff. To see real health, it's not magic. It's just like eating the right food, and they're not joining a diet thing. They're not buying special pills. They're just eating food. I think it's just going to ripple. The ripple effect's going to be amazing. Really amazing. I've got people that have lost like 2 stone in 6 weeks. So that will be 28 pounds in 6 weeks, and off meds. And endoscopy has been cancelled because none of my stomach symptoms are there anymore. The doctor's cancelled a procedure. I mean, this is all, helping people spend less of their valuable money on medicines, and of course, not spending all that time being sick. So it's just to get all these messages in the last few days. It's been just like a lovely rounding off of the end of the year, just on such a positive note. And I know people are becoming more invested now that Christmas is out of the way and all those holiday where it's very difficult, or it feels difficult. They've got this whole brand new slate ahead of them, the beginning of the year. So it's so excited! I'm really excited.
Very exciting.
Just in case you hadn't noticed. It's going to be really good. So it is fantastic. Happy New Year. We are absolutely hoping to go live, Wink and I, for New Year as the New Year clicks in. But I think the internet might be kind of a full bandwidth with everybody sending messages, but we're going to do our best to celebrate New Year with you, the UK side of New Year with you, which would be really lovely. Hi, I'm back. Did I miss the answer to my question? Sandra, what was your question, sweetheart? Dr. G, if you happen to see this, I'll ask the question later. I was just going to pop in for a few because I'm not feeling well. Is it frozen again? Important question. Do you think Meta 7 would help someone with colon cancer feel better? By the way, this is the only time I'm saying the C word.
The correct answer is maybe. Okay, it would be dishonest for me to say yes, because people that are diagnosed with cancer are often on very powerful chemotherapeutic agents that cause extreme fatigue, and it would be dishonest and incorrect for me to say that Meta 7 would reverse that. It will not. In fact, nothing will. So if you are a person who's been through the chemo and you are looking to feel better and you're going to be a whole food plant-based eater and you're looking for natural methods of feeling better and you're no longer doing radiation therapy, surgical therapy, chemotherapy, etc., then Meta 7 could be something that might help you feel more energetic. But if you are currently doing chemotherapy, the answer is no, don't waste your money. It will not make a significant difference. How's that?
That sounds good to me. I've just made the thing smaller because when I put it on the screen before, you were sitting lower down. Now you're sitting higher up and it was all over your face and I couldn't work out how to do it. So I've done that for you, Kathy, because I know everybody wants to see Dr. G, Supersonic. So has anyone got any questions? Anyone want to ask anything? Anyone got some results or some differences, how you feel within yourself to share with those that are maybe on the fence or thinking of going full blown? Because it's veganuary. So there's another reason to get on with this, because for the month of January, it's like worldwide, it's called veganuary. And from the 1st of January to the 31st, it's kind of like, can you do this for 20 days? A bit like the Movember, where men grow moustaches for prostate cancer to draw attention to it. Only this is going plant-based. And this is where my journey started last year. And the great thing about, there's a Facebook group. It'll be on Facebook. You better look it up, but, Google it. You'll be able to find it. You can join the group and there's loads of recipes, motivation, help, ideas. stuff that you can make for yourself. And there's also information about the animals as well. So it kind of gets it from all angles, but from the health and eating and what to cook, there's just going to be such, a mine of information there. So I think, I'm really excited about it. I've put a link on my Facebook page, and I think it will help people because a lot of you are trying new recipes. Some of you have sent me recipes, which when I get home, it's a little bit hard to do recipes here because the telly's on and, the light, I can't get the light in the right place because of the setup of just being in one room. I'm going to do some of those recipes and share them with you because they sound fantastic. What milk is best for tea and coffee, non-dairy? Tracy, I absolutely love cashew milk. Wink will also say that cashew milk is okay in coffee. What other milk do you like in the coffee, Wink? In tea? Wink?
No, the almond's all right.
The almond one. So Wink's kind of, one of these, it's not the same. But he actually now enjoys tea with cashew milk or almond milk in it. What did you say? Yeah, see, he's even forgotten to buy dairy milk.
Oh. You know what? That was one of the first things that I did notice. The nut milks actually taste so much better than real milk to me.
Yeah.
Even especially if it's got a little splash of vanilla in it, I would never. There's no reason to ever. Even if you were going to give up on all of this and say, you know what, these guys are just total quacks, and who cares what they have to say? I'm having my cheeseburger. Even then, there'd be no reason to go back to real milk because the nut milks just taste better.
Yeah, they do. Especially in coffee, I think. In coffee, they're really... Well, I mean, you put a hazelnut syrup into coffee to give it another flavour. How about putting hazelnut milk into it? And if you put oat milk, it gives it this biscuity, yummy taste. And as you say, you can always put some vanilla flavouring, vanilla essence or something in as well. To give yourself one of these fabulous drinks and like your pumpkin spiced latte, you can add cinnamon and nutmeg, in with the nut milks and everything. It makes fabulous, kind of exciting coffee drinks, much more exciting than with dairy, I think. I agree with you. I cannot bear the taste. I've had a couple of mouthfuls when they made us the wrong coffee. Accidentally, they put dairy in both of them. And I knew with the first mouthful, and it was like, I just really, I couldn't drink it. It wasn't like, oh, well, I'll drink it. I've got it. It was just like, oh, can't drink that. You can get sweetened and unsweetened nut milks, Tracy. I always go for the unsweetened one because I don't want to sit there in the shop looking at what kind of sweetener they've added to it. And if I want to add sweetener, I can add raw cane sugar or, maple syrup or stevia or something like that. But actually, I don't add sweetness to it. If I want something a bit, more sweet with my milk, I'll add some fruit. Or dates. Dates is a very good thing. In fact, I've got a date syrup, which is rather nice and caramelly. But yeah, I try to just get the most natural ones possible. And you can even make your own nut milks if you're making something. It's kind of a cup of nuts and a cup of water, and you whiz it up in your blender, and that's nut milk. It's but anyway, I don't get into making them because it's a long day. I'm going to go dairy free, Tracy says. But like I said, family opposition makes it very hard. It's my birthday soon and there will be cake. I know you're having big family opposition, which is very sad, I think.
It is.
It's like you want to do something to see if you can change your health and you want to try cutting out dairy. And there's this whole, well, you're not allowed to come to any family meals if you do it. It's kind of like a bit of a not so nice. I would just say stick to your guns. Stick to your guns. That would be my advice. And if you want any moral boosting, just you message me, Tracy, whenever you need to, and I'll be right there.
And
yes,
I think that's
Lindsay,
so sad
it's live
too,
now.
that they do that that people are so ingrained with this idea. It's almost like they think that if you're going to go whole food plant based, that they need to have some kind of intervention. That it's just like you have a gambling problem, or you're an alcoholic, or you have an anger issue, and they need to do a family intervention because you're not making things comfortable for them anymore because you've decided to be healthy. I find this really, from a psychological standpoint, really fascinating watching this happening. Whole food plant-based eating and people getting away from meat is a trend now. It is happening, and it's going to become easier and easier and easier. We are not the tip of the sword here by any stretch of the imagination. The hard work's already been done. Now all we're doing is we're jumping on and we're saying, look, we discovered this through the work that was already done. It's out there, and now we're stepping up and we're saying, we've done this, we've lost weight, we're feeling better, we're healthier, our labs look better, everything's better. Yes. And so we're just helping that giant wave get bigger and bigger and bigger. We talked earlier about artificial meat products, people who like to eat imitation meats, which basically are a lot of soy and beans and things like that. You can get imitation burgers at Smash Burger, for example. It's not meat, it's not real meat. But those sales this year versus last year are up 25%. If we do that again next year, we're talking about a real movement here that's happening in the United States, and I would love for that to continue to occur, because I think the more that we see, the healthier we're going to be as a people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's funny, we have it's called the Hatchery, and I always thought it was a farm shop where they sold eggs, but actually the hatchery was where they used to hatch the chicks. It's a family farm, and they sell everything from, onions to vegan chocolate, and they also sell meat products as well. And I went in there and I was like, I couldn't believe that they had so many vegan and gluten-free products, because I was just expecting it to be, vegetables really. And then when I saw they had meat, I thought, it's just going to be meat. It's a farm, And her daughter is a cordon bleu chef, and basically, she said the most money they made. This was last year. The most money that they met, the largest growing area of their business, was producing vegan Christmas dinners that people could buy and slam in the oven. They made more money selling vegan products and gluten-free than they did selling meat. And what they found when they surveyed their customers is their customers wanted to be able to come to one place where the food was homegrown. If you're eating eggs, the chickens run around the fields, laying them in the middle of the field. They're not cooped up. They're not in a cage, in a barn. They're running around the wild place, just doing their thing, laying eggs wherever they feel. So it's all very free range and grass fed and natural and all lovely. But they wanted to be able to come to one place and have all of their families' eating and dietary needs met. So they're getting a bigger and bigger and bigger area for vegan, gluten-free, and her cookery business, the daughter's cookery business, using their own produce, has just gone through the roof. And that's where they made, most of their money was made by preparing vegan food, vegan and gluten-free food. So that was really, really interesting. That was last year. It'd be interesting to see. Stevia is absolutely fine. Stevia is a sweetener that comes from a leaf extract, and it is vegan, so that would be fine. Sugar cane is like a piece of bamboo. It's like a piece of wood that you could, knock a house down with. And when you peel the bark off, inside it's pure sugar. You cannot believe when you're biting into this fibrous thing, and I ate it raw when I lived in Indonesia, but that's the sugar. That's what cane sugar is. So yes, there are lots of things in nature that are sweet. If you were to peel a piece of bark off a cinnamon tree and eat it just like a piece of bark, it's so sweet and delicious. It's amazing. So yes, it is hard to believe a green leaf can be sweet, but it is.
The molecule that the walls of plant cells are made of
Yeah.
is cellulose, which is just loads and loads of bits of glucose. Glucose is sugar.
Right.
It's just.
Did you hear that? My son said that the cell walls of plants are made from cellulose, and these are lots and lots of cells that are basically made of
They're made
sugar.
of loads and loads of molecules of glucose together.
Lots of molecules of glucose together,
And glucose is sugar.
and glucose is sugar.
Yeah,
So-
but
But
why can't human beings eat trees?
Well, that's because we can't digest cellulose.
So the fact of the matter is you have glucose arranged in such a manner that it is not useful as a food.
It's not, and that's why.
Right, that's not true with
there are
other
processes
plants.
that we do industrially that we can get sugar out. And there are
So
also
cellulose,
hang on.
we can't digest cellulose.
No.
If you could do that, you could end hunger around the world immediately.
Yes. We could eat everything.
Because then you could eat trees.
Yes.
But we can't.
We could eat trees, but you can eat the bark off a cinnamon tree. You just chew it until all the juice is gone and then spit it out on the jungle floor. That's what I did. What have I got here? Some more. If you've got a question, could you put it in caps? Right. Deborah, Barlow has said, please tell Doc, I can't use my Skype. He has permission to tell my story. So she can't use Skype.
I got that, but we're still trying to. She wants to use Messenger, but if she'll just email me, then if we can use, I want her to tell her story because she has an amazing story. You're going to just love to hear her story.
She's amazing,
because
isn't she?
it has to do with one of her medical diagnoses and how Meta 7 has made like this amazing difference in her life. I mean, just literally day and night. And I want to share the story because it's a fantastic story. And basically, she's linking a big problem that she was having now to a deficiency in one of the vitamins that was available in Meta 7. So she is actually becoming a new person. I mean, this isn't a small change. This is an amazing change.
Yeah.
And so people give me grief. Oh, you're just plugging your supplements. You're taking advantage of people. I hear that kind of stuff all the time. I really do. It gets old because it's not true.
Yeah.
It's simply not. We put as much work as we do into Meta 7 because it helps so many people.
Yeah.
There are some people that try Meta 7 and they just don't see the result. And I'm sorry that does happen because we can't predict why some people it doesn't seem to work for. But the vast majority of people do notice a significant difference. And every now and then I get somebody that it's a life-changing difference. I mean, it is really a significant life-changing improvement in what's going on in their lives. And Deborah is now working on that, working on her story and what Meta 7 has done for her after a short period of time. And I want to share that with you guys.
Yeah.
And I'd like to share it elsewhere too, with her permission. And I think she's going to be okay with that because that really helps us, sell more Meta 7, and it also helps us, help more people. So
and it's inspiring as well for other people because a lot of people are conditioned, well, it worked for her, but it probably won't work for me. And that whole mindset of, I'm stuck where I am, I can't do anything about it. And it's just because you don't know a way and you don't have support. Like poor Tracy's got a whole family going, shh, if you do that, we're not going to invite you anywhere ever again. And it's like, this is what this group's for because, one person at a time, we can change this world. We can change the health of so many people. And it's so important. I mean, we've got amazing stories there, and it would be absolutely fantastic to have you on here with your incredible story. So we'll sort the technology out. Absolutely, for sure, we'll do that. Palm oil. I've got a palm oil question. Palm oil is there's two things about palm oil. One, it can be very unsustainably and unresponsibly sourced. When I was in Borneo, we actually took part in a tree planting project because the whole river was just getting washed away by people growing palm for palm oil, and then
Right.
then they're flooding and all the local area is ruining and blah blah blah. So there's that aspect, but there's also how heavily processed it is. But there is sustainably sourced palm oil, but it's very hard to find a vegan butter that hasn't got palm oil in it, or they all seem to use palm oil as part of it. So it is a bit of a difficult question, and I when I was looking for vegan butters, because I'm like, vegan, what butter can I have? When I was all new this time last year, and I just decided it was just too difficult. I'd go, oh yeah, great. Oh my goodness, look at all the ingredients in this that I can't spell. Look at all the numbers, and I was just like, I don't want to put that in my body. So in the end, I just thought, you know what? If I want some fat on my bit of bread, then I'm going to use coconut oil, or I'm going to put a nut butter on it. Just put peanut butter straight on it, or put, a different other nut butter, on it instead. And I did buy one product, Vitali or something it was called. And it was in the fridge for about 8 months because I hardly ever used it. And I use other fats if I'm going to make something where you want the butter to kind of make it hard. I use other fats now. And that was the kind of, I want to be vegan, but I don't want to put all that in my body either. So I kind of talked myself out of butter, but I do understand the question. It is hard to find one without palm oil. What do you think about that, Jack?
I think the biggest issue, and if you do a quick search on the problems with palm oil, you find that it's the same problem that we have with beef, in that what we're doing is we're destroying our environment to produce something. I think there are a lot of other oils that probably could be used in place of palm oil. I think that if you find palm oil to be a big issue for you based on ecological issues, then avoid it. I think that I think you can easily avoid it. I think if you just be on the lookout for it, it's all a matter of how much work you're willing to do. If you're willing to read labels, and I've got into a real a real habit of reading labels and looking for those problematic issues. I think if you're willing, if you feel strongly about it and you want to avoid palm oil because of the impact it's making on the planet, then by all means do so, because there's lots of other kinds of vegetable oils out there, right? I mean, so palm oil is unique. It's a special kind of oil, but there are lots of other oils too. So, there you go. That's my answer to it.
And you could look up a recipe. I got as far as looking up a recipe of making my own margarine that didn't have 500 ingredients in it. And in the end, I just thought, this is too hard. There's not enough hours in my day to be done, and I haven't got one of these ingredients. So if you really want a kind of a butter alternative, you can actually make one yourself. Right, I've got a question here for you. Sandy, she's gone full plant-based now, but today I had dinner with my brother who kindly made us some food, but she ate the meat, and she says, I am paying for it now with a very painful tummy. Any advice you can give to relieve this?
Pepto-Bismol.
There you go, Pepto-Bismol.
Don't do it again.
Yeah, and
don't do it again. That's
peppermint tea. Turmeric is a good digestive, isn't it? You could make yourself like a turmeric latte or something like that.
I think peppermint oil is probably a better choice. I think turmeric is great, and curcumin, those are great, systemic anti-inflammatories. But from a standpoint of somebody with an acute upset stomach from reintroducing animal products, I think Pepto is probably your best choice.
Okay.
I would drink lots of water, and and it'll pass. You're looking at about 24 to 36 hours of maybe discomfort, bloating, and probably followed by some diarrhea.
There you go. You heard it here. Alina's saying mint tea.
Yeah, peppermint is. I think that is mint tea, is it not?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Indigestion. Somebody's also said that. Oh dear, please tell me. Right, okay. The neuropathy was not caused by I had vitamin deficiency. Right, Deborah's talking about her thing. Palm oil and butter. Grr, Tracy's family. I know, Lindsay. It's I've been messaging with Tracy, and she's going to stand tall and strong through this.
Because I do know the basic principle.
And Sandy says she won't be doing it again. You see, your butter, I've just read the word coconut butter. Your body, not your butter. Your body knows what it needs. And when you start giving it what it needs, it starts showing you how hard it is to deal with the things that actually don't serve you. And we've had the chicken sandwich that came back to visit. And we've had somebody who had, I think was it, had some dairy and, regretted it. And here we have you having a little bit of meat here and it causing you all sorts of issues. So it's just, this is why once you've got into the habit of doing it, which veganuary is so good for, when you go back, you go, oh, why would I do that again? And then that is like, if you're allergic to shellfish, you don't have any problem never eating it ever, because you've been ill from it and you know that you're allergic to it. So you avoid it, and it's not even, there's no willpower involved. It's just like, why would I eat that? And I'm going to be ill. And so then it's like, I don't want to eat that meat, even though the memory might be good of having it, and this person has made me this nice meal. It's like, this person has made me this nice meal, and I'm going to suffer for 3 days for eating it. So you leave the meat on the side, or it makes the choice not a choice, but it makes it a change in lifestyle, which is why the body is so incredible. Once you take those first steps and you take the effort to go, all right, what could I eat instead of that? Which is what we're helping you to do with this channel, and what I'm hoping to, I hope that I'm helping you to do with my recipes, which I shall do more of. I'm really getting into those. Yeah, Lindsay, you're allergic to shellfish, so I bet you haven't eaten shellfish for like ages, have you? I bet nobody could wave a little bit of shellfish in front of your nose and, oh, please, I've made it for you. You'd be just like, no, that stuff's going to make me really ill. And that's how, like when you eat things that you're not in the habit of eating, upset you. So it's a great thing because it takes the willpower away out of the equation, and nobody can wrangle with willpower. It's stronger, our little ego, our little chimp there is way stronger than our little, oh, but I don't really want that cake. It's like, if you eat that cake and it makes you feel awful, you're just like, I can walk past that cake. Give me 10 cake shops. Here am I walking past it because I know I'm going to feel rubbish if I have one. So the thought of having one, it doesn't make me feel like I want it anymore. And this is when you've changed your lifestyle, and that's when you're on the road to continuing to improve your health. You get more interested in being more healthy and doing more. It just becomes the way you are, the way you live your life, which is why you see this isn't a diet. It isn't a diet, because all the weight loss diets that are marketed, you always go back to your old way of eating because it doesn't change any habits. And this is your body showing you what, if we hadn't have got, into the wrong habits very early on when we were little, your body would always have been telling you that stuff makes you feel ill. Don't go near that bush. That's got some funny, horrible things on it. Just like more natural as human beings in the choice of what we eat. There we go. I've been talking very fast there.
Can you say all that again, but like 0.2% slower?
Absolutely. Exactly. I haven't. So Lindsay says with the allergic to shellfish, exactly. I haven't touched it since I was 23, almost 16 years. And nobody had to twist your arm for that, did they, Lindsay? It was natural. Naturally, you didn't want to go near that stuff. Just like half the population of the world doesn't go near a Brussels sprout at Christmas. It's not a big issue for them. Yes, I agree. I will think of myself next time. I just did not want to offend my brother. Okay. Totally get you, Sandy. And this is when we're making the transition, when we're making changes, when we're doing something new, that our families, that they're not on our schedule, they're catching up with us. Your brother won't want you to be ill for 2 days because of something he's made for you if it just doesn't agree with you anymore. So that's something that you can work on. he'll appreciate that you didn't want to offend him, and he'll be, oh my goodness me, I had no idea that's how it would make you feel. You know, the family just fall into, like, even Wink, who called it a voluntary eating disorder. That's even for vegetarians. You know, just like, you know, I know. You know what Wink's like, though. You know, he's just like cool about it, and he stopped going, oh, we'll never be able to eat in a restaurant ever again. We'll never be able to have a meal together, and oh, we'll never be able to go to the pub to have some food together. You know, he went through this mourning process of feeling that we would never be able to do anything that involved eating together. But, you know, even the cafe 5 minutes down the road at the barn in the middle of nowhere in a field has got vegan cakes, and they have, you know, non-dairy milks. So it's like he's realizing that the world isn't coming to an end, and actually pretty much wherever we go, I can get a meal, just like you did in Texas, and it's really hard in Texas. So, you know, the family get over it, and they just support you because they love you, and they can see that you're enjoying it and you're reaping health benefits of it, you know. Wink wouldn't like me to go back to how I was before, all wasp chewing and fat and, you know, just not happy with myself. You know, I'm so happy and motivated, and he's 1,000,000% behind me with what I'm doing today, and so is my son, you know. But it, you know, it came from the, if you're going to have a voluntary eating disorder, it's like, you know, it started there. And Wink, you know, he's stuffing sausages and meat and dinner, you know, just like the word, just pretty, like the complete opposite of me, and like, you know, not eating any vegetables. We're having a little change in the new year. So he's come from that point of view to being 100% behind me. So
that's like an old country song. Dad's coming around to Mama's way of thinking.
Yes, that's right. You know, it's, you know,
yeah.
is that Wink coughing? Yeah, Wink is coughing, but he's decided that he's just medicating himself with rum and coke, and that's his new drink. He's got Stella Artois. So very, very, yeah. That tea is fabulous, Lindsay. It is absolutely, it's the tea drink is, you'll have to look at, Jack, it's absolutely phenomenal, this medicine drink. The slightest little anything, just have one of those and it's all gone. It's like magic. It's brilliant.
Is it better than bourbon?
It's got more medicinal purposes, but you could swallow it with a bourbon chaser, if you like. But first, put in the health, and then have the hot toddy bit. We call it a hot toddy.
Okay, I like that. I like.
Yeah, so you can do that. It's absolutely incredible. All the ingredients are this. There's so much vitamin C in it. There's so much anti-inflammatory, antibiotic, antiviral, herbs that deal with the bronchial disease, that help with lung, difficulties. It's just incredible. And the ginger, it's just amazing. And it really works. It really, really works, hands down. Rum and coke, says Lindsay. So Deborah has found you on Messenger, she says.
She found me.
Yeah, Deborah Barlow. I'm on John's Messenger. I haven't even got you on Messenger.
It's not something I sent her an invite. Now I'm messaging. So we are working hard on making that connection. We are.
Not at all. Pillarbox Red is
in
not
the background here. So I need all you guys to cheer for me because I need a little bit of rooting. This is the 30th. We still have one more day. My goal was to hit 500,000 subscribers on my Meg channel by the end of the year. We're not going to make it. But it was so close. Because we're at 497,000 plus, and YouTube went through and cleared out everybody went through this thing where they cleared out some old non-active accounts from years ago, and we lost like 1,200 subscribers. So we had to make that up, or I think we would have had a real good run at it, but it's not going to happen. But we're going to be very close.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing! I'm looking forward to the day when I have that many subscribers. we were thinking that we might hit 20,000 before the end of the year, but today we hit 19,000, and yes, we had a clear out as well. Lost about 2,500 subscribers. I don't know how that happened. Yeah, but I think you gain some and lose some all the time. People join and leave and join and leave, don't they?
Right.
Yeah, so I think it was about that amount anyway. But yeah, so it's all good though. It's going in the right direction. Up. Well done.
Yay.
That's absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Look how both of you have grown. Yes, you're right, Deb. See? Always looking for the silver linings there. But yes, it is awesome. It is awesome. It's an awesome thing. It's so nice to drink too, though. You have to have a little bit on the bottom of if you use dry. Yeah, Lindsay, it is really nice to drink. You could actually just drink it as something that you like to drink, and it's doing you good. It's protecting you as well. It's, my medicine drink is. I call it a medicine drink because it's like the medicine version of. We have something here called Lemsip, which is. It's a cold and flu remedy. You put a powder in a, load of medicine and sort of, pharmaceuticals in a hot drink basically, and it's kind of, it does everything that this does. It literally dries your nose up. It's a decongestant. It stops mucus forming. It's an expectorant as well. I think that's the medical term for stopping you coughing.
I think it is.
Yeah, so it literally does so much, and I didn't even put in my video on my channel, Sue's Medicine Drink. I didn't even put the other benefits of the ingredients, because ginger has more than just the cold fighting. The thyme is like first defense. As soon as you feel anything coming on, thyme. I've been cooking with it this week. I've been doing all sorts with it because it's a great thing to add to your diet when the season changes and the temperature changes. Because when we get these flus and these colds and things, it's our body's inability to adapt to the change, and a little bit of chink in our armour goes, and it lets these things in, and we catch them. From people who also, so if you kind of prepare yourself and just get in there first with these ingredients in your food, which again is why it's so good to eat seasonally, because when you eat seasonally, the ingredients, the properties of the food is there to protect us. That's, Mother Nature is the most incredible thing. The whole circle of life, the way everything happens, and if we just don't mess with that, we just follow it, we'll be a lot more healthy. But we're all doing that. Deborah is saying this isn't going to work.
That's because she's trying to use my Apple email on Google, and that's the problem. I figured it out.
Right,
I'm sending it right now, so it's a different email on
right. John Gil
Messenger.
Have you seen
John
it?
Gilmore SFI.
Sci-fi.
John Gilmore SFI at gmail.com. That's what she needs to put. If she wants to find me on Messenger, that's the Messenger address.
There you
because
go.
when I plug in her, I found her on Messenger, but she's not replying, so either she's not recognizing it or something. We'll get there. We'll just keep trying. It'll eventually happen. And let's see, is that Messenger or when you say Messenger, aren't there different kinds of Messenger?
No, Messenger is Facebook's Messenger.
Oh well, no wonder I'm not on Facebook. Yeah. I have a public personality account on Facebook. I'm not even on Facebook.
Yeah.
Personally, as an individual, I'm on Facebook as a public figure.
Yeah.
Like your mayor.
Yeah.
Or
that's why so Messenger.
No. There's iMessenger, there's Google Messenger, there's all kinds of. She said Messenger. Now it's coming up. Facebook Messenger. That's the problem. Okay.
Yeah, he's not there.
I'm not there. I can try. Tell her I'll try. I'm all about giving it a try. Let me see if I can even get in.
He's going to give a try. Lindsay, I hate Lemsip as well, and this is just a delicious drink. Right, the sprouts, that it's mustard cress. Do you not have egg and cress sandwiches? Is that just totally British? Do you have egg and...
I've never even heard of something as awful as that.
Well, I know we don't eat eggs anymore, but you don't. So that's not just a generic like ham and cheese sandwich. That's just a totally British thing, is it? Like salmon and cucumber.
Yeah, I think so.
Right. Okay. It is right. Where is it? Where is it? It's in dans le frigidaire. J'ai le cresse. Sorry, I'm speaking French now for some obscure reason. There we go. And this is mustard cress. And can you see, I mustn't get this on my keyboard. These are the mustard seeds. You can buy mustard seeds and you could sprout them yourself. It's called salad cress. And it's just mustard seeds that sprout. And before, it's where you get mustard from. They're very nice. I love them. And they've got a little bit of a fiery taste. There's so many health benefits of these. They're very good at fighting bronchitis. So, and this is what keeps whatever you've got in your throat, so it doesn't go down onto your chest. So that's what it looks like. The thing is, if you're going to sprout it yourself, then you're going to need a few days. But you have a look at it. It's mustard seed cress. There's one. Hang on. Where is it? There. That hasn't got a seed inside it because it's come out of this box and it's sprouted. So you can buy mustard seeds. I guess you could buy mustard seeds and you could make a tea with it and you could keep that in your freezer if you really can't get it. I just can't believe you never have like this sprinkled on salads.
Nope, sorry.
Really? Oh my goodness. Well, you could make it without the cress. Because this is the one ingredient that I may not have in my house because it doesn't last that long. And if you keep feeding it water, it changes flavour and the leaves change shape because this is like baby plant. It's like your carrots. Everything you plant in your vegetable garden starts off looking like that. So you could make it without that. You could actually add mustard powder. You could add mustard powder, which is what I sometimes do. The like yellow powder that you could make mustard with. Do you have that there?
Mustard powder, yes.
Right, you could add mustard
I don't know
powder.
if there's anybody else that can help me with Deborah Barlow. She's saying that Skype is not free for her, and I've never encountered that before. Skype is free for everyone, I think. I've never had to pay any money to use Skype.
It's only not free if you're going to make a phone call over the phone network. But if you're
landline or something, you and I are on Skype right now.
Yeah.
I've never paid a nickel for it.
No, I haven't. No.
Yeah.
It's only if you're not on you haven't got any. Well,
right.
You can make telephone calls to people without Skype. But there's a free bit to it. And if you were to call her, it wouldn't cost any money. You'd need to be on internet, which is what you are now because you're on this.
Sure, and you and I have Skyped, and I've Skyped with lots of people all over the world, and it's never been an issue. But apparently, she's gotten into something. Maybe it's something where she's feeling like she has to put money in or something to make Skype work, and that's not the case.
No, it isn't.
Anyway,
have a Google.
Yeah, do a Google, and the other thing I want to do is I've shared my Skype address with you guys before. If anybody ever wants to like chat with me over Skype, like personally, or with a medical question or something appropriate, of course, I'm not suggesting anything besides that. But my Skype name is. Here it comes right here. I'm gonna see it. It's basically John Gilmore MD _1. So when you use Skype, do you have to use? Can you use your email? Is that it?
Yeah,
you
can.
Did you find me over email. Okay, so my Skype then is John Gilmore MD at iCloud.com. That's all it is.
I've got that wrong. iCloud. Right.
Yeah.
Stick it in the comments. Can you stick it in the? I've just put it in and I've typed it wrong. Ignore what I've just put there. This is not the same thing as watercress. Watercress is very different. Watercress is a plant that grows in running water, like on the side of stream banks. It's not this at all. But I guess that would have some similar properties. But you could make it without this. You could make it just with thyme. So just to let you know, I didn't realise it was such a British thing. Salad cress.
I guess not.
Looks like alfalfa. Yeah, alfalfa sprouts. It is a different thing. It's just like it's grown from a mustard seed. You know, the seeds that, you know, like when you have French mayonnaise and it has mustard seeds in it. It's those before they make it into mustard seed. You know, that's it's. See?
Says Carol is preparing for a New Year detox. Congratulations, Carol. I hope you rock it, because I think I'm doing a New Year detox and didn't really remember that I was doing that, but I paid my money about a month ago, and so I'm going to have about 12 bottles of stuff to drink. It's all herbal, and so that's all I'm supposed to drink during that time period. I'm all about a New Year detox.
Yep,
yes,
absolutely,
ma'am.
absolutely.
Bring that detox down here.
I know. I'm going to do that absolutely too. That's fantastic. So, how you're doing? You're preparing for the new year. How are you doing your detox, Carol? Carol knows what mustard cress is. She's in the UK.
Mustard cress. Interesting.
Mustard cress.
Interesting.
I'm so sorry. I thought it was just, you know, universally consumed with salad.
Isn't that wild?
It is, isn't it? It's crazy.
It is.
Sorry for giving the wrong info out. Lindsay. Oh, don't worry, Lindsay. I actually thought it was the same thing for a while. But it grows wild near where Wink and I live, and I ended up wading in this river and just gobbling it up. I love watercress. I absolutely love it, and I bet it's really good for us. Kroger doesn't have any kind of living greens. They usually have the stuff everyone else doesn't. What about Whole Foods? Isn't Whole Foods?
Ask Wink if he's had any luck finding a Land Cruiser for me yet, or Land Rover. I'm still looking for that 1971 era Land Rover.
We'll find it for you. You got to come over and pick it up, though, babes.
If you find one for me, I'm coming. That's all there is to it. If you find me, I only have to have two things. I demand that it has left-hand drive. I cannot drive on the right-hand side of the vehicle. I can't sit on the right-hand side. I have to sit on the left. And I want diesel. So
a left-hand drive diesel. There you go, Wink. Left-hand drive diesel, 1971 Land Rover.
Or in that area. It can be a wagon, it can be a pickup, it can be a regular, whatever, just something. It doesn't even have to be a 71, just somewhere around that time period. I know he's been working for me. I know he has.
He's literally picked up his phone straight away. look.
I can just see it now. I'll spend 48 hours in the UK looking at my Land Cruiser.
Oops, I totally forgot Finian was in the background there. He's got very cross with me. I was trying to show you Wink on his phone, but nobody saw you. They just saw a shouty boy with a laptop for a head. Yeah. So anyway, now it says Doctor. Dear me, my nana would make a plaster out of dry mustard and put it on our chests when we were sick. Yes, you see, it works. Oh, we
always used Vicks Vapor Rub. That you put Vicks Vapor Rub under your nose, or you put it in one of those vaporizers, and we did that. And on your feet, we would put that on the feet too. Yeah. I've heard people doing that, and putting sweet oil in the ears for an ear infection. And I would hear people for a while when I was getting started in medicine about a kid with an earache last night, and we put a little sweet oil in there, but I think they need medicine, and sweet oil, and I thought it was a cultural thing, and I never really knew what it was, and I didn't ask. And finally one day somebody said, yeah, we tried some sweet oil, and I said, wait a minute, what's sweet oil? It's just a little olive oil. That's all it is. A few drops of olive oil is sweet oil. And it's amazing how it can take the pain away. Just like if you have a dental problem and you take a little clove oil and you put it on a dental problem, it'll take the pain away just immediately. Yeah. Like Dustin Hoffman in Marathon Man, 71. Right? When he's running and he's got that bad guy with the drill trying to, torture him with the drill, drilling into his teeth, and he's got the little bottle of clove oil and he keeps putting it. So olive oil does the same thing for the ears. If you have an ear infection and you can't get to the doctor that night and you want to cool things off so you can get rest, a few drops of olive oil, that works fine.
Incredible. That's
sure
incredible, isn't it?
It is.
That's amazing. I mean, it is. I mean, there is a television commercial for Lemsip, which is the pharmaceutical, 500 ingredients, cold and flu remedy. And they've got this, they're taking the mickey out of this person. He's standing on the top of a mountain. He's got a chili up his nose. He's got mustard all over his hairy chest, like they've smeared mustard all over him. And he's got some other thing on it. And it's just like, and I was like shouting at the telly, that's because those things work! It's just like, it's like taking the mickey out of the man using mustard on his chest, and chili helps clear the nose, and honey, and it's just like...
You gotta help me, Sue. I don't know what a Mickey is.
What a Mickey? Oh,
what's a Mickey?
Taking the, making fun of. We have a thing, taking the piss out of, which I never use because I know pissed means angry in the States, and I don't, you wouldn't want your kids saying, someone took the piss out of me, Mum, because it's kind of not the language you'd want your children to use. So I avoid using that. But like taking the Mickey, taking the Michael, taking the Mickey, I think it comes from Irish. So it just means making fun out of someone.
So we have there's a term here, slipping a Mickey. Mind.
Sorry?
There's a term here called, or a saying or a phrase, slipping someone a Mickey.
Yes.
Have you heard that?
Yeah, like a Mickey Finn. So that would be like a drink.
Fin.
Slipping a Mickey Finn into their drink, yeah.
Right. That's a product that's added to kind of like a knockout powder, so you can take advantage of somebody. I'm not advocating that.
Yeah, no, not advocating. Just the language thing. Yeah, absolutely.
Only on your spouse.
Absolutely. Yeah, try not to do that. Wayne wants to know if you want the lights inside the grill or outside the grill.
Oh,
or in the wing, grill or wing.
I'm open to any of those.
Open to any of them.
Does it have to be 71? There's lots of 60s ones.
Does it have to be 71? There are lots of 1960s ones.
Okay, then I'm gonna have to. I'll have to look at some of those.
Okay, I'll get him to send you some links.
Okay, because I like those early 70s models.
Okay.
And I'm okay. By the way, I know they made some of them in Spain, right? Didn't they make a bunch of them in Spain? Those are okay.
Right, there you go. Are you listening to that?
1965.
Okay, well, he'll have to have it. My nana would heat oil in a pan, soft cotton ball. I mean, there's something about in our ears. I wish my parents had known about that because I used to suffer from earaches terribly when I was little.
Oh, poor thing. Bless your heart.
I've got really narrow eustachian tubes, which is, I think, why I speak so loudly, because behind my ear, it's just like everything's closed behind it. So I can't hear how loud I'm speaking.
So the eustachian tubes work to equalize. That's pretty good looking. I like that. That's pretty good looking. I'd have to take the tire off, but it's not bad. Eustachian tubes equalize the pressure in the middle ear. Typically, unless you have eustachian tube dysfunction, you should not have any hearing impairment.
Yeah, I can hear fine, but it's just, when you equalize the pressure, when you like hold your nostrils and you blow through them, everything goes bing, and it's just like really crystal clear, and then within like 3 or 4 seconds it goes back again like a muffler. Because I have a very loud voice, and it drives my entire family, well, not Wink, but it drives my parents like mad, because I'm always like, I have a very loud voice, but I don't think I'm shouting or being particularly loud, but apparently I am. Sorry. Yeah, and there's that whole thing about chopping an onion in half and putting that on the sole of your foot in a sock, and also potatoes. It draws stuff out.
I've heard both of those. I don't remember what they're supposed to treat, but
no.
neither one work.
Yeah, I don't know. There's all sorts of things. But you see, the thing is, medicine all started with a root, with a leaf, with a bit of, it all started from something. And like in our country, we tend, it was traditional if someone was in hospital that you would take them a bunch of grapes. And it was just like, if someone, I'll buy some grapes for them. But actually grapes contain, I can't remember what it is now. I'd have to look it up 'cause I haven't looked it up, but it's like not really such a mad old wives' tale because grapes contain something which helps rehabilitation, when you've been sick. So it's just like, and when I lived in Indonesia, it was amazing. My friend that I met out there, she cut her foot on some coral. We were trying to surfboard. And the Iwan just like shut off. Oh, minute done. And he ran off into the bush and he came out chewing a leaf. And then he kind of spat out this chewed leaf and put it on her toe and said it will stop it becoming infected because when you cut yourself on coral, the likelihood is it does get infected.
Sure. And so you've got all these stories, and none of them involve applying a pork chop to the wound. No,
Not one.
No, there's not even one of them that says, wrap yourself in bacon and go to bed. You just know, we intrinsically, we know these things, right?
Yeah.
But yet, on the surface, like, did you ever see a Buc-ee's when you were here? We told you about the Buc-ee's. Did you ever see a Buc-ee's?
No.
Okay. So we have gas stations that are the size of Walmarts.
Right.
And it's called Buc-ee's, right?
Yeah.
And they're fantastic. And right at the very front, they've got these mountain of buckets. And you know what they're selling in these buckets? Bacon grease. And I can't for the life of me think of any reason for which I would buy a 10-pound container of bacon grease. But maybe there's one out there, and maybe it's good for you somehow. But I don't know what it is. I want to come out right now on the record. If you've not had anybody tell you, it's probably not a good idea to eat bacon grease. Okay?
No.
If nobody's ever told you this, I want to be that person for you.
Oh my goodness me. That's just, do you know that is so right? Nobody ever said to stick a pork chop on it or go and kill an animal and put its tongue round you, or it always is the plant, the root, the herb, the leaf, the bark, always. And that's where medicine started, and then we started synthetically, chemically reproducing the effects of, guess what, the natural ingredients. That whole thing that we're seeing all over Facebook, let food be thy medicine, and all of that thing. It's just like, it's something we forgot. When we came out of the jungle and we stopped wearing loincloths and, we stopped doing all of that. We just forgot how to be human being animals.
Oh my goodness. Kelly C said, did I hear pork chop? I mean, in large caps. Oh, that's great.
I know.
Although I will say this, Lindsay says people put steaks on bruises. I have seen that where, you get hit in the eye or something and somebody tells you to put a cold steak over it. Personally, I don't think that ever worked. But I have seen lots of people that'll take a bag of frozen peas and put them over their knees or ankles or things like that just to get the cold out of it. And I think that's the whole idea with the steak, was just to get the cold on it,
It's
although I don't know.
something you can lay over, or you can do that with frozen peas and anything, any frozen veg you've got, anything cold in your freezer. Put steaks on bruises, yeah. Lol, laughing my arse off, lovely. Only a steak on a black eye. What? That's after you punch someone for eating a steak. Oh, sorry, did I say that live? I didn't mean to. Just joking. Just joking. Steaks for you, the price of steak in Canada, it's so expensive. Yeah, much easier to get a bag of carrots and a few Brussels sprouts, isn't it? Making soap from grease. Yeah, I know. Yeah, horses' hooves and all the like. So, yeah. Any other question? Cold flannels. You see, yeah, that does just as well. And what were we going to do? Oh dear, my child's got a bruise. Let me go hunting with a team of men to see if I can wrestle a cow to the ground and cut. The steak will be warm because, of course, it will be the temperature of the. How am I going to cool this steak down? It's just like use a plant. Ice pack is cheaper. Yes, it is a lot cheaper. A lot cheaper. Right. Is there...
Land Rover's an auto trader at all, only on eBay.
Okay, apparently all the Land Rovers are on eBay. They're not on our special car. We have got a car, Auto Trader it's called. I expect you have a different one there.
Oh, actually, we probably have an Auto Trader. How do you like that? Yeah, I think we do have just a regular Auto Trader.
Amazing. Well, then none of them are on Auto Trader. They're all on eBay.
Well, how do you like that? Absolutely.
Yeah, we're doing health and wellness and plant-based and veganism, and we're doing Land Rovers.
Back in the 70s, a lot of Land Rovers were built with left-hand drive with diesel engines, and they were shipped to places like Costa Rica, Nicaragua, and so forth in Central America, and a lot of those can be imported a lot easier. But my thought was, wow, I would love to have one of those that was built and maybe remained in the UK. That would be just amazing, because the ones that come from Central America tend to be really abused.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so are you done? Are you worn out yet? Because I think I need to get back in.
Left-hand drive. He doesn't want right-hand drive because it'd be very dangerous. It doesn't matter what side. I don't mind what side of the road I'm driving on. Oh, what's happened here? Have you gone? I think he's gone. On hold. You've put me on hold. Jack, you've put me on hold. I'm on hold. You have pressed a button that has put me on hold. I am still live, but Jack has accidentally put me on hold. Jack,
back. I got something happened, knocked me off of Skype.
Yeah,
I'm back.
It says you put me on hold.
Yep.
Aloe vera is the most amazing plant to have in your house. When I left my parents' home when Finian was almost 1 and moved into a house by myself with Finian, I went and bought an aloe vera plant, and I still have the same aloe vera plant today. And whenever... Oh, it's happened again, Jack. It says, are you putting me on hold? That's what it says is happening. Basically, whenever he fell over, grazed, a cut, or anything like that, I would chop a bit of aloe vera plant off, and I would wipe all the kind of slimy stuff over. I'd wash it first, and then I would let that dry. And it's absolutely amazing. You can eat aloe vera. You can boil up all sorts of things with aloe vera. It's a really, really good plant to have in the house. Absolutely brilliant. Are you back, Jack?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm going to say goodbye for a little while. If you're still on, I'll try to come back. But Deborah's finally is there, and I really want to get a little recording from her. It may only take us a few minutes, and if so, I'll come right back. Okay?
Just go quickly.
Not, otherwise, I'll see you guys again soon. Oh, that's it. There you go. I'll take that one right there.
Yeah.
Is that off of eBay?
Yeah, that's left-hand drive as well.
I'm going to be hunting that one. That looks beautiful.
He'll send you a link. I'll give him your email address.
£15,000.
Oh, that's reasonable. Yeah, the ones I've been looking at are a lot more expensive than that. Okay. All right, I'll catch up with you soon, okay?
Okay. Cheerio, I'll just answer the last few questions on here.
That's a 1983 one.
He's got to go. He's trying to get hold of Deborah. Okay, good night to those who are going. Jack has gone. Jack has gone now. And here am I, just by myself. Sue, did you see my question by any chance? Right, I'm looking for your question now. Easy to grow. Text and we don't eat biscuits in the morning. Cookie. Right, I'm looking for your question. Dehydrate? Yes, that was the one I wanted to answer. dehydrating them, it's just taking the moisture out of them, but leaving the nutrition in it. And a lot of vegans dehydrate vegetables and stuff like that. It's how you can, I mean, it's how you can make crisps out of things, you know, without frying them and stuff. So, and the raw vegans use dehydration because it doesn't heat the fruits and vegetables up past, I think it's 115 degrees, so it's still counted as raw because nothing is heated up enough to destroy any of the nutrients in it. So dehydrated vegetables are very good for you. Dehydrators are very expensive. You can dehydrate things in your oven at a very low temperature, but you have to put them in there for like 24 hours with the door slightly open. It's like, that's just not happening in my house. So that will be something that I will look to do to get in the future, but I won't be getting that right now. But yeah, dehydrating, all that does is it takes the moisture out of them, and it allows you to make other recipes, like using bananas to make cinnamon rolls, which are absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. They're just like, just like cakes, but it's actually just raw banana. I will, when I go to the Fruity Fest this year, I'm sure that Alicia, the lovely chef that we had, is going to make them again. And in fact, it was the lovely Anna, who also was a guest on this show. She actually made them, and they were just heavenly divine. They were just divine. We have savoury scones too, or scones, depending on how you want to say it. Dehydration machine, you can make all your own fruit roll-ups. Yeah, Alina, that you got there. That's exactly, you can do all sorts of things with fruit in there. Dried mushrooms are delicious. Oh, I've never tried dried mushrooms, actually. You are very welcome, Seeker. Very welcome. My tabletop oven also dehydrates. Do you know, Debs, I knew you have got every supersonic gadget. You've done bananas, tomatoes and peas. Actually, I should give you the banana recipe. You slice the bananas long ways and you dehydrate them until they're kind of soft, and then you make, it's date and sultanas, I think, this date and cinnamon, and you spread this paste on them and you roll them up, and they just absolutely delicious. I don't know if I might actually, if I'm very lucky, be able to find a picture of them. And I will ask Alicia for the recipe. That's what I will do. Let me see if I can find some of these pictures very quickly for you, because it's be very boring for you watching me finding pictures. And here's the first ones of my back, so it'll be just immediately before that. On my phone, there's some pig ones. I remember showing Wink these and saying how fantastic they were. That was me chopping a pineapple up. Sorry, almost there. Almost there. I'll show you what these cinnamon rolls look like. Cinnamon rolls, cinnamon rolls. I'm going to be off here very shortly, darling. Oh gosh, the bewitching hour of 11. Where? Oh, I'm nearly there with the cinnamon rolls. No, I can't find the cinnamon rolls. They were just so divine. I can't believe I didn't take a picture of the cinnamon rolls. No, maybe Anna had the picture of the cinnamon rolls. Sorry, can't find the picture of the cinnamon rolls. Anyway, they are delicious, and I'll get. You can make veggie soup bases and toss any dehydrated vegetable. Yeah, you can. You're way ahead of me with all these, I am a gadget person. What can I say? Lucky lady, lucky lovely lady. I want a dehydrator for travel in the motorhome. A little baby mini one, because they're massive. They're really big things. That's just fantastic. I'm definitely having a dehydrator. In fact, I'm going to have an outdoor kitchen one day. I'd really, really like that. Banana and cinnamon rolls sounds like, they are literally like those cinnamon pastries and they were served just slightly warm. Oh, they were just to die for. I am going to get Anna to give me the photo. The photo must be hers, because I knew I'd seen it somewhere. Okay then, so my absolute gorgeous lovelies, thank you for hanging in with us. Sorry about the big interruption earlier. Thank you for coming back on. I am going to throw in the towel or whatever. I'm going to say goodbye to you now, so I can watch some television with my boys here, who I can hear them talking about, oh, won't be watching film tonight because Mum's still talking. So I am going to be doing that. So lots of love, and absolutely hoping to come on live around the midnight time UK so that we can celebrate our new year with you, because that would be fantastic. Yeah, it preserves them dehydrated, definitely, and they are yummy snacks. But they're also great, just fresh, chopped up, really good. Anyway, lots of love to you. This is the last one of the year. And don't forget, we're coming on Wednesday at 2:00 your time, 8:00 UK time, and various other different times. Yes, have fabulous New Year's if you're not on at that time. Well, I'm really, really going to be looking for your New Year's because I would love to celebrate with you. And you know, we're just going to be schmoozing at home. We're not going to any wild parties or anything like that. We're just, you know, chilling here, and it'll be so nice to actually celebrate it with you guys. All right, lots of love. Mwah. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everything. Love you to pieces. Bye.